Hello, welcome to a brand new video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the Doctor Who villains I would like to see make a return to the series, or also I'm going to be talking about a few plot holes I would like to see come back in the series as well. So in 10th place, I would like to see the Black Guardian to make a return. So the Black Guardian was introduced in season 16's kind of series arc to try and stop the Black Guardian from getting the hands on the key to time, which the Doctor does actually stop, and the Black Guardian threatens to kill the Doctor, so he does try to come back 3 seasons later to try and kill the Doctor in his 5th incarnation. And unfortunately he is then stopped again after Tarlo tells the Doctor that he was working for the Black Guardian to try and kill him, and the Doctor forgives Tarlo and so on. But the Black Guardian is then literally in flames and he fails to come back to try and kill the Doctor. And he hasn't done. I think it's about time the Black Guardian actually does return. So in 9th place, I'd actually like to say this. I would like to see Axos return, or Axons to return. So these villains was actually introduced in 1971 in the 3rd Doctor Who story of the season, of season 8, in 1971, which is called The Claws of Axos. So I would like to see these alien creatures come back. So they land on Earth, trying to drain Earth's energy and power. The Doctor then tricks them, and he traps them inside a time loop. But I would like to see at some point, I would actually like to say this, I would actually like to see the time loop fail and break down, and Axos comes out of the time loop, crashes back into modern day Earth, and then tries to do the same thing again as it did back then with the 3rd Doctor. But the Doctor then ends up, instead of having it trapped, like trapping them, I like to see Jodie Whittaker's Doctor go really, really dark in this, like with them, and just ends up blowing them all up. That's what I love about Doctor Who. If you see a Doctor lose it, like, go around killing people, you know it's the dark. So yeah, that's what I like to say. So in kind of 8th place, this isn't actually a villain, this is actually a story up from season 26, aka Battlefield, where you have Morgaine and the troops with Anselin coming from another dimension of Earth to try and get their hands on the Excalibur. But the 7th Doctor stops them, and it turns out that the whole event they all talk about, and the Doctor pretends he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's got to do, when in fact he ain't got no clue. It's just such a brilliant story that is in Battlefield. But the Doctor says it's some point in his future, which we still haven't seen on screen or in Big Finish. So either way, in Big Finish or on screen, I would like to see the actual main plot hole from Battlefield to bring brought back from, well, bring into the Doctor's future, either with Jodie or some other point in the show series. I would really, really like to see that whole arc come back, because in that arc in Battlefield, the Doctor has no idea what's going on, and it's from his own future. So it'd be kind of interesting to see that happen, and you actually get to the coursing time that courses them, and then go back in time to the 7th Doctor era. That's what I would like to see as well. So in 7th place, I have put on, well, I actually have to say this. I really do have to say this. I would actually like the Doctor to try to go back and find the keys to time. Like, have him in a race against an alien race who wants the key to time, either the Daleks or Cybermen, or of course the Master. The Master wants to destroy the universe. He's learned about the key to time, trying to go back, trying to find all the pieces, and the Doctor's got to go and stop the Master from finding the key to time. That is an interesting plot. I would actually like to see that one actually happen. So in 6th place, I would actually like to see the return of the Savine. Now the Savine haven't been in Doctor Who since 2005, but they have been in the Doctor Who spin-off, the Sarah Jane Adventures. So I would actually like to see the Savine to make a return and battle against the Doctor. In 6th place, I have to say this, I really, really want to see the return of the Mechanoids. Since the Mechanoids were introduced in 1965 in the story The Chase, and they were revealed to be the Daleks' biggest main enemy of that point, and they fight the Mechanoids. But so I would actually like to see them to make a return and battle against the Daleks. I mean, and then of course in 5th place, I like to see the return of Teros, So Teros became the Cyberman's adopted home planet in the Tomb of the Cybermen and of course Attack of the Cybermen. So I would like to see the Cybermen back on Teros, like rebuilding up the cyber army. If you know, like literally trying to build up a proper whole cyber army to battle against the Doctor, or against a big threat, or have a completely Dalek and cyber Dalek war. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see the return of Teros. And of course, in fourth, I have to say this, in fourth place, what I'd like to see return in the future Doctor Who, more alien planets. We have spent from series 1, well, mainly series 11 and 12 really, I've spent a lot of time on Earth. I'd like to see the 13th Doctor go to other planets instead of staying stuck on Earth. I don't know if it's a bit too much to ask for, especially for the BBC team. I mean, you've done it for most of, all through Classic Who, you've managed to make alien worlds look possible. Modern Who, mainly with the Tennant, Matt Smith, and of course Capaldi era. A lot of their stories are based in modern day Earth, but you do have some episodes on alien worlds. So I would like to see more alien planets to come back into Doctor Who. In third place, I'd like to see to return. I have to say this, the return of the Valeyard. Bring back the Valeyard. The Valeyard was brought in season 23, in also known as Trial of the Time Lords, as a darker version of the Doctor that exists somewhere in between his 12th and final incarnation. But because we know the Doctor is now the timeless child and has a lot of regenerations, so it's a bit hard for us to say where the Valeyard is actually placed in the Doctor's timeline. Personally, I like to say it's between 10 and 11. He's the essence of the dark side of the Doctor, pulled out of that time stream and pops into Scumbagger's era and then makes a whole deal. Or is he a future point in the Doctor's time stream? So I would like to see the Valeyard to return and have a lot more of a bit of a big story arc with the Valeyard, like we did with Trial of the Time Lords, and of course Trial of the Valeyard. We have the and the Valeyard has not been seen since, well, hasn't been seen since 1968, but he has come back in Big Finish form, and of course he's back with the Sixth Doctor in the Sixth Doctor's Last Adventure. So I would like to see the return of the Valeyard. So in second place, I have to say this, I would like to see another multi-Doctor story, either for the 60th anniversary special. So of course, we've now got the Timeless Children, and you've got the Fugitive Doctor, aka the Roof Doctor. So yeah, a multi-Doctor story. Let's have Jodie, Capaldi, Smith, Tennant, Eccleston, McGann, McCoy, Baker, Davison and Baker to make their full cameo, like full returns to the series. And also have, I've said this, also have some other people like David Bradley. Sean Pertwee played John Pertwee. He plays his father's character. His father played the third Doctor, so Sean Pertwee could come back. Find someone to play Troughton, and find someone else to play the War Doctor. So you can have all the Doctor's main Doctor stream, and then you could just have them working with the Roof Doctor, and then she has to explain that, and then you get a whole plot why the Doctor's memory was changed, and the Doctor's been mind wiped back into a child. So yeah, that would be a good 60th anniversary special episode. I would like to say that. I would like to see a multi-Doctor story for the 60th anniversary. So, what's in first place? So, you're wondering what I really want to see in the Doctor Who to make a comeback or return? Do you really have to know? Of course you do. I want the powerful entity known as Fenric to return from the McCoy season 26 story, The Curse of Fenric. I would like to see that entity come back and try to defeat the Doctor again by playing, well, the 7th Doctor defeated him by playing a game of chess, and of course manipulating the Heaver Force, and of course manipulating Ace to make the 7th Doctor win against Fenric. So I would like to see Fenric to come back and have a whole revenge plan to fight with the Doctor. Like either you could have it set anywhere, you could have it set in the future or somewhere in the past, or just try and make Fenric battle against the Doctor again. I mean, he's apparently battled against the Doctor before, his 7th incarnation, So I would like to see Fenric to make a comeback. So this is my 10 Doctor Who plot holes, characters I'd like to see to make a return. So thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share, and I hope you all have a good evening. And just remember one thing, we're 2 months away from the revolution of the Daleks. I'm really looking forward to this Dalek episode. I really am looking forward to it. So please do like, subscribe and share, and thank you for watching.